You've evolved and you are a woman who asks men out. Kudos to you. I'm not there yet, and I don't think I'll ever be. I think I enjoy being on the other side and being chased. Hey babe, welcome to my channel. My name is TK Hlongwane. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll stick around, and if you like this kind of content, please do subscribe, like, leave a comment. And if you're a regular, thank you for your continuous support. It means everything to me. It's the reason I keep creating content. It encourages me big time. All right, so today we are doing a very exciting topic. You know, here we like doing sit downs, and I've been thinking about the dating scene. So if you've seen by the title, I said mistakes that women make when dating. So these mistakes, I may or may not have done some of these mistakes, but I've been live long enough to know that some of you who are watching have made these mistakes. So I want to talk about them today and then give you my own experiences or, you know, my opinion about those mistakes, and let's do better. Okay, so if you are new into the dating scene and you've never dated before, then now you know in advance. But if you are thick in the dating scene, I hope these mistakes you stop doing them, because we need to do better as women. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's go. So number one is, I've got my other phone here to write down for the notes so that I don't forget anything. So I've got 6 of them, right? The first one: women are the chosen who get to choose. Remember that. As a woman, you are the chosen who get to choose. So we often feel like we have no choice. You have a choice, right? You have a choice because remember, in the traditional dating scene where there's a man and a woman, and I'm going to speak up about that kind of relationship because that's the one I can relate to, heterosexual relationships. And I'm very old school and traditional about that, where it's a guy who asks me out. I know it's very ancient thinking. So if you've evolved and you are a woman who asks men out, kudos to you. I'm not there yet, and I don't think I'll ever be. I think I enjoy being on the other side and being chased. Okay, so the first, what I was saying about, remember that you are the one who gets to choose, right? So you are the chosen who gets to choose. That's what I was saying. So a man approaches you, okay, and you, as a woman, you probably have several men who approach you. At the end of the day, you are the one who chooses who you are going to go with. But we go around making as if we are only just chosen and we don't get to choose. Because yes, the food, the men, can be served, but as that food is being served, you choose what you eat. Some things you are allergic to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get to a place and maybe you are on a diet or you're fasting that day and they're serving meat and you're in a Daniel fast where you only have vegetables. Of course, you're not going to have the meat. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even with our relationships with men, we need to be so selective about that, that yes, I am presented with this options of men, and doesn't mean I have to just take whatever comes my way just because we've been raised and society has told us that, you know what, there is a limit of men, and therefore when a man approaches you, you have no choice but to say yes. Sometimes yes, you do choose him, and then after that you realize, no, this was a bad choice. You know what I'm saying? I will not take this again. And you go back and say, hey, I'm not gonna do this. This is not for me. For whatever reasons that is not for you, you get to choose that. The power is with you. And a lot of times we think we don't have the power. Hope you got it right, okay? So you are a chosen who gets to choose. Alrighty. The second one is, being in a relationship is better than being single. That's what people think, right? Where a lot of women will rather stay in a relationship they're not sure about, relationship they're not happy with, just because at least I'm not going to be single. There's bigger things in life to worry about than being single, honestly. Being alone is very different from being lonely, okay? So this thing that people would rather tolerate a man just because he is, you know, there are, at least he's here, right? Versus, you know, if you are single and you have to start all over again, a lot of people are afraid of starting over, and there's nothing wrong with that. You get to choose, you get to refine your choices when you start over again. That's all I'm saying. So remember, that is number 2, okay? Number 2 is being in a relationship. For other people, people think that being in a relationship is better than being single. And being single is really much better than being in an unhappy relationship. honestly. Because first of all, when you're single, you don't have to worry about did they text me or not. How did they look at someone else if you are a jealous type? You don't have to worry about a lot of things. Like, being single is really blessed, guys. When you are single, enjoy it, because when you get into a relationship, it has its own complexion or complexes. Irrespective of how happy you are, you have to be so considerate and everything like that. So being single is not the worst thing that could happen to you. Okay, being single is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Right, number 3, women lower their standards to keep a man. I know most of us have done this, where you lower your standards in any way, guys. I mean, standards, I'm not talking about finances, because that is one, okay? But my thing with that, as much as women, we want to aspire for men who have more than us, but if you are not trying to equip yourself to the next level, then I think it's a bit shady of you to want someone who's better than you. But we're not talking about that, okay? When I say lower your standards, it could be anything. Yes, if finances is one of them, no problem. But it could be lowering your finances of the kind of man that you want, how you want him to treat you, the kind person that you want, what kind of background he must be coming from, whatever it is that matters to you, whether it's about the education, whether about he is, a certain way, whether it's religion. There's so many things that we look at as people that we think will make a relationship whole. A lot of times I find people find themselves so frustrated because here is this person who is frustrating you because you took this person into your life, or you accepted them in your life, but actually you would not have gone with that option. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to number 1, when you forget that you get to choose what you take from what is presented to you. Okay, so when a man comes in your life, there is no need to lower your standard, whatever that is, guys, whatever that standard is. There's people, and I'm going to talk about this later, about cheating. There's people who will say, I don't want a man who cheats, right? Nor do I don't, please. And then they will accept a man who cheats because everyone else said, well, all men cheat, which is also not true. Okay, so it could be something like that. It could be, there's so many things. When you know you are compromising, then don't do it. Because this thing that we have such limited thinking as women, thinking that, we have to take whatever is given to us, just needs to stop. Do not lower your standards just because you want to be in a relationship. That was number 3. Number 4, fighting other women for the man's actions. We see this a lot, okay? We see this a lot where, if a man is cheating, or if a man is spending more time with someone else, even if it's just a platonic relationship, we will blame the woman. You see this in the media space, right? Where maybe a man was cheating or whatever, and the people will say, how could the woman be part of this whole thing? I'm not saying I'm condemning that, I'm saying it's okay or anything like that. However, I feel like we are really misplacing our focus, where it should be on the person who is in a relationship and is cheating on their partner, not the external person. And a lot of times women will fight, even physically, with another woman who they say is a homewrecker. But the person who's wrecked their own home is the one who cheated on the person they're with. So let's stop this thing that we are fighting with women just because the man's actions are not what we want. It's the man, your man, that you should be fighting with, not the other woman. Right, number 5, taking men back over and over again. Okay, so that whether it is cheating, whether it's other things that happen in a relationship that you're not happy with your man, and you break up, or they break up with you, or you break up with them, and then they come back to your life. Trust me, I've done this. There's this one person, those who know, that I took back so many times in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt that was the right man for me, chosen by God, and everything. Because everything that happened in that relationship from how it started was just what I knew my relationship was going to be like. However, it didn't work out like that, because there's other factors in a relationship that has nothing to do with you, sometimes doesn't even have to do with the person, that can make you think this is it. So you go back and back and back, and at the end of the day, the problems don't stop, they become bigger. You know what I'm saying? So this thing that women take men over again. I speak to women all the time. I remember the other day at work, one of my employees says to me, her ex-husband wants her back. And now I say, the same ex-husband who did XYZ. I'm like, yeah. He says, he used to even say to me, he prefers being with corporate women now. He can't be busy with a retail woman. And he wants you back. And she said, I said to him, I haven't changed. I'm still the same girl in retail. This retail job is feeding your 3 children. And she was naming all these things. And I said, girl, don't be thirsty. Do not be thirsty and thinking you are not wanted because you're not in a relationship right now. Do not take him back because nothing's going to change. The day he's too happy again, he's going to tell you the same thing, saying that you are not worthy. So please, guys, if a relationship does not work out, don't keep going back. Generally, and I'll say 95% of the time, things don't get better. If you're one of the few where, you guys broke up and came back and things changed drastically, then hey, you go girl, please have a masterclass and show us your ways. But for everyone else, if you're sitting here and somebody's been asking you to take them back into your life, especially if they were in the wrong, don't do it. All right, then number six might be the last one. I think I had something else in mind that I just thought of, but let's go with number 6. Thinking that the worst behavior is cheating. It's not. When there's a breakup, a lot of times people assume because the other one was cheating. Can tell you for free, it's not always the case. There's so many factors that happen, Therefore, people will compromise on so many other things because he's not cheating. But maybe he's a narcissist. That's terrible. Maybe he's an emotionally abusive person. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he is from a family that is very controlling. A family that has wars and you are in the middle of that war. Trust me, I know about that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times women will compromise on everything else because he's not cheating and he's not beating you up. But there's other things that can affect you mentally and physically that you are not tangible, that you can't show people that is being done for you, to you. But if it compromises on your mental health, your wellness, then it's not worth being in that relationship. And yeah, that's basically it. Let me just recap again on those 6 mistakes that we make. So we need to always remember that we are the chosen who get to choose, okay? You are chosen and you get to choose what you want. Second one, being in a relationship is better than being single. No, that's not true. Rather be single happy than in a relationship unhappy. Lowering your standards to keep a man, it's never worth it. Ever worth it. Don't do it. Number 4, fighting other women for men's actions. Because of a man's actions, don't fight the other woman. She did not mess up your relationship. The person who's in relationship messed up. Okay? Taking men back over and over again. There's no need. Give people one chance and keep it moving, especially if they were in the wrong. Chances are they will do it again. Again, last one, thinking that the worst behavior is cheating. It is not. There's so many things that can ruin your relationship. So if you're thinking, as long as he doesn't cheat, I can take anything else, then it's not worth it. All right, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if there's other dating topics you would like me to talk about. I am thinking for this week of Vlogmas, I might just do a whole dating series. I've got 2 ideas in mind. Let me know if you'd be interested in those and if there's anything else where dating is concerned you'd like me to talk about. So the first one would be dating in your 40s and dating after divorce. So I think I will combine the 2 or separate depending on my content. The other one is dating older men versus dating younger men. So obviously I'll talk about my experience and everything. So if there is anything else that you would like me to talk about with dating is concerned, let me know and I'll definitely create a video if it's something that I can relate to. Alrighty, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. My name is Hlongwane and this is a beauty and wellness channel with a little bit of lifestyle.